Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei's viral moments that will make you lose focus. In a matter of seconds, a simple moment turned into a major internet storm. No one expected that a brief interaction between two popular drama stars would trigger such a wide-ranging wave of emotion. The camera captured something seemingly small, but to fans, it was tangible proof of something they had only hoped for. A look, a gentle gesture, and a single action that instantly exploded online. In the midst of public attention, Zhang Linghe was seen doing something that might seem ordinary to some, but to fans, it felt incredibly meaningful. The way she treated her co-stars sparked lengthy discussions on various social media platforms, as if that single moment had a much bigger story behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Tian Xiwei became the center of attention without having to say much. Her natural expressions and honest reactions made many feel that what was happening between them was more than just a scene for the cameras, but something more alive and sincere. It all started with a small interaction behind the scenes of the drama they starred in together. There was no script explicitly detailing the emotions, but their body language spoke louder than any dialogue they uttered on screen. Fans who watched the clip repeatedly began to notice the same pattern: subtle attentions, protective gestures, and spontaneous moments that were difficult to fake. This is where rumors and discussions began to grow, not out of empty hype, but because of the closeness that felt real. In the few seconds of the widely circulated video, Zhang Linghe appeared to reflexively adjust her body position, as if to ensure her co-star's comfort. The gesture was unpretentious, unexaggerated, and that's precisely what made it feel so genuine. Meanwhile, Tian Xiwei appeared to respond with a small, hard-to-conceal smile. It wasn't a smile planned for the camera, but rather a spontaneous reaction that only reinforced the suspicions many had that there was a natural comfort between them. The internet, as usual, did not stand still. The clip spread quickly, being cut up, analyzed, and discussed from various angles. Every tiny detail became subject to interpretation, every movement becoming a new narrative created by fans. But beneath all that, there was one thing that set this situation apart from the usual rumors. Many felt that the chemistry between Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei didn't feel forced. It simply flowed naturally, as if it had been there long before the cameras even started rolling. Several longtime fans have noted that the two have had a unique way of interacting since the beginning of the project. It's not overly formal, but warm enough to make outsiders feel a closeness that's hard to describe. On set, the initially professional atmosphere gradually shifted to a more relaxed atmosphere whenever the two were in the same frame. The production crew even reportedly captured several spontaneous moments that weren't scripted, but were allowed to appear because they felt natural. When Zhang Linghe made a small gesture perceived as protective, many began to question whether it was part of her character or a reflection of herself. The question was never directly answered, but it only fueled curiosity. Meanwhile, Tian Xiwei maintained a professional demeanor in front of the camera, but his body language often revealed something different. There were moments when he appeared more relaxed, more open, as if he were in an environment he truly felt comfortable in. Over time, fans began to conduct in-depth analyses. They slowed down videos, compared scenes, and even compiled a chronology of their interactions to find patterns that the average person might miss. But beneath all the analysis, one emotional conclusion continues to emerge. Many feel that the interactions between Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei carry a distinct nuance unlike other on-screen couples. This isn't due to overdramatization, but rather the simplicity of the small moments they share. The way they respond to each other feels natural, without any over-the-top effort to capture the camera's attention. Some entertainment industry observers even point out that moments like this often happen behind the scenes, but not all of them garner this much public attention. What sets them apart is how meticulously fans read every detail. Amidst all the attention, Zhang Linghe remains calm in interviews, while Tian Xiwei maintains a similar demeanor, maintaining professionalism without adding to or detracting from the swirling speculation. But it was their silence that fueled the public's curiosity. There were no overly explicit clarifications, no dramatic assertions, just an interaction that was constantly replayed and analyzed by millions of eyes around the world. Ultimately, this story isn't just about one viral moment. It's about how a small interaction can turn into a major story when viewed through the lens of public emotion, especially when it involves Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei, whose chemistry captured attention without the need for many words. This growing wave of attention eventually began to attract international entertainment media outlets to highlight the phenomenon. Not only local fans, but also global audiences began discussing how a small interaction between Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei could turn into a hot topic that wouldn't go away. Several entertainment portals began re-examining the video clip from various angles, trying to reread every detail that might have been missed. In each analysis, Zhang Linghe's name always emerged as the center of attention because of a subtle gesture that viewers perceived as having a deeper meaning. On the other hand, Tian Xiwei also did not escape the spotlight. The way he maintained his composure in front of the camera, while still displaying a natural comfort, convinced many that there was an intriguing dynamic that was difficult to explain with formal entertainment industry jargon. Over time, the fandom began to develop into a highly active discussion community. They didn't just talk about a single viral moment, but also explored the entire journey of Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei's interactions since the beginning of their project, as if weaving together a larger story from scattered fragments. However, amidst all these interpretations, there was no direct confirmation from either party. Both Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei maintained a clear line between their professional and personal lives, which only served to further intrigue the public. This lack of clear answers created a vacuum that fans' imaginations then filled. Every glance, every pause in conversation, even every small movement behind the scenes became the subject of endless interpretations. In several promotional interviews, Zhang Linghe remained calm and professional, answering questions with a focus on their current project. However, for some fans, his avoidance of overly detailed discussions only heightened their curiosity. Meanwhile, Tian Xiwei maintained the same demeanor, leaving no room for excessive speculation, yet still displaying warmth in every brief interaction captured on camera. Every appearance they make together at a promotional event now feels like a highly anticipated mini-event. Even simple things like standing close together or briefly glancing at each other are enough to spark lengthy discussions on social media, as if the world is trying to decipher the silent language between Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei. Amidst all the attention, the two continue their professional activities as usual. However, their consistent calm makes it increasingly difficult for the public to stop speculating. Zhang Linghe maintains his unwavering charisma, while Tian Xiwei maintains a warm aura that makes every interaction feel light yet meaningful. There are small moments that are often overlooked by the average person, but become the subject of much discussion among fans. The way they laugh at almost the same time, or the brief pause before answering a question, are considered emotional cues that reinforce the suspicion of closeness between Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei. But behind all these interpretations, no official narrative has truly changed the course of the story. What remains are fragments of moments that are constantly replayed, analyzed, and debated by the millions of people who feel connected to the dynamic between Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei. Ultimately, this story lives on not because of the answers it provides, but because of the questions it leaves unanswered. As long as cameras are rolling and the public is watching, every tiny movement by Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei will always be part of a never-ending, evolving story.